So the pedal board. All right, well, chromatic tuner. It's always nice to have a tuner because you never know when you're going to go out of tune and these things happen. I'll tune it so it's perfect for all the ears that are listening. And then I go my first overdrive. I play through a black box overdrive too from Snow's Electronics. Took me about 2 years to get this pedal because you literally need to call them, book it in, and then they make it for you. So I think that 2 years of back orders sort of thing. I haven't quite gotten right into there's so many little bits and pieces and switches and preamps and presents but pretty nice clean overdrive. And then you could always dial it up more gain or less. And then for the back end solo stuff, I'll throw the Octafuzz in. Pretty self-explanatory, all the Octafuzz. There is a Octa setting on it, but I don't use it. I just use it for the files, which I really quite dig. Hyperluminal, that's a compression pedal. Sort of for the funk soul stuff that I do. Keeping up. If you want to sort of sit back. Be really nice, be really sort of subtle on there, and then comes up to the top here, which is a tonal recall pedal, which is a delay, tap delay as well. Pretty self-explanatory. Octave. I kind of like at the wild end of the solos, Octafuzz with the Octave. Pretty nice, and a bit of chordal, sort of octave stuff. Playing solo a lot, I find that just fattens out the sound, and when I have all that running through my Boss loop station, gives me the option to sort of build. And here I have another digital delay, which I usually have on like analog. Really soft, really subtle delay, so it's not as tonal recall I find as my wild, get out there, I don't even know what's coming next sort of thing. It does its own little thing a lot of the time. This one's just a little bit, and you do have a nice reverse. I'm usually pretty minimal on my delays and any modulation sort of stuff, and then we come out to the Reverb Flint Strymon, which is industry standard, kind of pretty amazing, and you can put that up against most Reverb, whether you got a tank or you've got a whole rack. These definitely stand the test of time, and you've got so many options. You've got 60s, 70s and 80s, and the tremolo. Have it really subtle, so you almost don't even hear it. It's just sort of like a... Kind of nice soloing with a tremolo I've found recently. Ariel Posen, he's an amazing guitarist from America. He does a lot of tremolo based solo stuff, a little bit of overdrive. Gives this sort of in and out flavour, so it takes your ears. Pretty nice, you know, and there's subtle reverb. But the tremolo, I've kind of sort of moulded a little bit of my sound with the solos, just to sort of give the ears a little bit of something else to. And look, you know, as us guitarists, we're always chopping and changing pedals and what's next? Who's coming up with the next thing? But that's pretty much my bass sort of sound. And through the Arthur amp, and then so sometimes I'll have a little bit of extra overdrive. I'll put another overdrive pedal. I've got the Prince of Tone analog man, and then I'll downscale for the sort of blues gigs, and I'll just have 3 pedals instead of having the whole thing, because most of the time you don't use most of it. It's just maybe 1 or 2 songs, especially in the new stuff that I've written. You know, a lot of the top end, the top part of here, especially the 2 delays, doesn't really get used a hell of a lot. I do actually have a wah as well, which I don't have here at the moment. And yeah, so many options. It's a beautiful thing. And then also, you know, mixing different, you know, you got the humbuckers, and you got the single coils, and creating different sounds, and there's so many different options. And that's why I love, you know, I've got my own studio here that I can actually plug all these things in and go direct into the system and be able to create a really clean, direct sound, and just mess with it, because, you know, when you've got something like this and you can really push speeds, colours, decays, and you go. Waited too long when your father said stay. The house lies on a distant plain, raging bull that could never be tamed. I'm a storm, I'm coming. I'm a storm, 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 I'm a storm, I'm coming